Welcome to MB Tool Reviews. Today on the channel we have an unboxing for you, and that unboxing is of this, the Dewalt DCF620PK. This is a brushless drywall gun and the collated attachment. And it comes in this T-stack case. So I'm going to pop this open and we're going to take a look inside. Okay, so here we go. So in this kit you get the collated gun attachment here, which is already attached to the drywall gun, and then this is literally the first time I have seen it, so just going through it with myself as you're seeing it. So drywall gun here, which has a drywall attachment, PH2 driver obviously, which comes as standard, the PH2 driver looks like it's a push and twist, so it tells you on there push in, twist out for the long driver. It's got your standard driver here. They give you a second PH2 driver, 5 amp hour 18 volt Dewalt XR batteries. I'll explain more about this kit in a minute. I'll just keep going through the items. Another 5 amp hour XR battery, and a Dewalt charger, which does the 12 and 18 volt XR lithium ion, and then a belt clip. Now this model is the DCF620. Before I purchased this, I was going to get the 630, but I couldn't find it in a kit with the batteries and charger. And let me get this out of the way. As I don't have any Dewalt tools, this is the first Dewalt tool that I have purchased. So as it comes in a kit, two 5 amp hour batteries, collated attachment, drywall attachment, charger, clip, 2 pH drivers, 2 batteries, normal pH attachment, all of that £270 from Amazon. Now for me that is pretty good, considering that a Dewalt battery on its own is probably somewhere on the region of £60 to £80 for a 5 amp hour battery. Then you throw in a charger, just the batteries and charger alone, you're already more than halfway there. This attachment I think is about £50 or £60 on its own, so you're getting the gun, the drywall gun, a lot cheaper than you would if you bought it on its own. The DCF630 model is the newer version of this. I have heard good things about this, but I've heard better things about the 630. But because I didn't have any Dewalt tools and it would have meant spending a lot more money, I've decided to go for the 620 and see what it's like. I am going to do a full review on this within the next month or so. Have some more drywall jobs or plasterboard jobs to do, so test this out, test out the collated attachment. Anyone who's seen my previous videos with the Einhell drywall driver, they'll know I had a nightmare with that. What I will say about this attachment is it's much bigger than the Einhell. The Einhell gun and attachment were probably half the size. The gun's probably a similar size but heavier, and the attachment is much larger than the Einhell one. It was tiny in comparison to that. Dewalt gun, I'd say, still heavier, definitely heavier than the Einhell. The Einhell was tiny compared to this, really small in comparison to this. It's got a bulky head. Now, I did kind of want to get the 630 because it has got the automatic front, and I have heard some things about this button here is to change direction and lock off the screwdriver. So I've heard that people knock it by accident. I'm not sure how. It's quite well. I can see probably how. Yeah, it's right by the trigger. So I'm going to test that out as well. There's some differences between this and the 630. The 630's got a lot more stuff going on up here. It changes. It's got the automatic features when you push in. But this is the newer drywall gun attachment as well. It works with the 630. So we'll be testing this out with some collated screws and see how that gets on. Let's have a look. So the head on this just pushes on and locks on like so. That's nice and simple. I will say the iron hill one, you had to yank it off. It was quite difficult. This one's quite nice. I'm quite excited to try this out. And I like the twist and lock feature. That is what the iron hill should have had, and it would have been a perfect gun. That twist and lock feature there stops this coming out. That is actually an excellent feature. If anyone can contact Iron Hill, or Iron Hill, if you end up watching one of my videos, that's what they need to do. Twist and lock, because you have to push in, twist it out to get the bit out. It's probably a bit of a faff. To get it out, it is actually quite difficult to get that out. I'm going to struggle to get it out, but I'll have to read the instructions properly to understand what I'm doing. But that is what went wrong with the Iron Hill gun, is the drill bit kept slipping out, or the screwdriver bit. That would have saved so much headache, because the attachment, as I said, I'm not sure was an issue. So I'm excited to use this. Well, I'll give a full review, hopefully, with some footage, maybe of it in action, if I get a chance, within sort of the next 4 weeks. As I said, so all of this kit came from Amazon, £270. A bit more expensive than Iron Hill. However, with the Iron Hill one, I didn't pay for the batteries or the charger. So actually, when you weigh it all up, Iron Hill one probably cost £180, so an extra £100 for a Dewalt. Yeah, I'd say worth it, probably. We'll find out once I've reviewed it properly and I've actually tested it out. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions about this tool or any other tools, please leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. If this video was of some help to you, please give it a like, and please remember to subscribe to the channel.